I just want to let you know how I feel. I just want to let you know how I feel. I just want to let you know how I feel. I just want to let you know how I feel.
So we're back at you again. I'm back this time. The lady, the queen of the radio show is back, episode 9. Today we're going to be discussing forgiveness and what does forgiveness mean to you. But, you know, I'm not alone. I have my two homeboys with me, my two homies, Troy Williams and CD.
Yeah. What's good, Fab? You back?
Yeah, I'm back.
You had a nice
What did
vacation?
I miss?
Where you
I
missed?
did. I had a good
The
vacation.
guys was going wild up in here.
Oh, yeah.
The guys was going wild up in here. We had the platforms. We just doing our thing. You know, guys, like to hang out.
Yeah.
You know, when the big sister is away. You know, the little guys get to play around and act a little crazy.
Having too much fun, huh?
Little bit.
You know, it's all good. We just holding it down for you, Fab.
Okay, I appreciate it. I know y'all had it. I know all the ladies tuned in to see the fellas, right?
Yeah, for sure. You know?
Yes. Well, today we're going to be talking about something a little bit more serious, but you know we're always going to keep it fun and light. But forgiveness is something that we all have to deal with. It's something that I personally struggle with. I can't even front.
You ain't by yourself.
Huh?
You ain't by yourself.
Yeah. Well, CD too, huh?
No doubt.
I mean, and forgiveness means a lot of different things to a lot of different people.
True.
You know? So, and I have several sources here. I wanted to get the concrete, what people think, and then also your opinion. And I know you guys are tuned in, listening and watching. So what does forgiveness mean to you? What do you think, CD?
When I think about forgiveness, it's it's letting go of something that may have happened to you.
Right.
And letting the person know, you know what, it did hurt me. And it bothered me, and it's been a factor in my life as I've moved forward.
Right.
And it's holding me back. So until I'm able to let go of that, I'm not able to move forward in my life. So if I'm continually replaying those old tapes,
That's right.
then I have not forgiven.
Yeah, you have to close that chapter.
That's right.
Forgiveness is like the decision to let go of resentment and
That's
thoughts
right.
of revenge, you know, to wipe the slate clean, to pardon, to cancel a debt. In some ways or another, because you really cannot overcome evil with evil. The only way you can overcome evil is with good. So you have to be the bigger person. Michelle Obama said it best: when they go low, we go high. You gotta almost be like the bigger person in situations.
But sometimes they win.
Sometimes it seems like
Sometimes they win. Even when the people who don't forgive, they
Yes.
still win.
The people that you don't forgive, or
The people who don't forgive, like, you know what I mean? They use that to fuel them to keep moving past whatever happened. So they haven't forgiven the person, but they've used that fuel and that hurt to make
Right.
them go stronger and go harder. Not having forgiven that person yet, but just using it as fuel.
well, you see that. Okay, well that's kind of positive. Fuel to what? Better themselves.
To better themselves and prove that person wrong and be like, I'm gonna show you exactly what my worth is and what my weight is. I'm gonna keep my weight up and keep my paper straight. I'm gonna show you what you said about me is not true.
It's not true. Well, that's a positive way to look at it.
True.
You know.
True.
But it doesn't always happen like that.
True.
How about you, Troy? What do you think? What does forgiveness mean to you? What's your definition of forgiveness?
You know, to me, forgiveness means that you're finally recognizing that there's a fault. You've been an adult enough to say, you know what, I've done wrong.
Yes.
And I probably can't fix it, but at least let me try to make an attempt to try to have some resolution. You know?
Okay.
And I think, actually bowing down and say, I apologize, it's my fault, will you forgive me? I think that's very adult, and for me, very man of me
Yeah.
to even, belittle my ego to say, please forgive me,
Yeah.
So I think it's a very adult thing to do, and I think it's actually very emotional. And it's kind of tough for men to do.
It is.
I don't think I ever known a guy to come up to you. Have you come up to you? My bad, dog. Please forgive me.
Right.
I'm like, what? Man, get out of here,
Well,
man.
they might not
Whatever.
say, please forgive me. They'll just be like, my bad. That's their way of saying, I'm sorry.
My bad is just saying, all right, that's me. It's not saying forgive me. No,
Yeah.
it's not the same thing.
It's not the same
no,
thing,
not
right?
the same thing.
Yeah.
I think that, it brings down their ego so low to a guy. It's kind of like, all right, I'm at your mercy now,
True.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But it's humbling, man. It's humbling when you do
humbling.
that. To actually say, yes, my bad. Please forgive me. It's 2 steps to that process, man.
You'll be surprised.
I mean, I would be surprised. I would
Yeah.
be surprised, And I have to say myself, I haven't done that.
No, really.
No, I've never went to anybody and said forgive me, but I did ask for somebody to kind of just let it go. So manly, I've asked that. I said, you know what? It's my bad. Can we just let it go?
Yeah.
And can we
Let's
move
move forward?
Yeah,
Yes.
I did that.
That's your guys'
I'll
favorite word.
Yeah, and I
phrase.
may tell a little story.
The
Later
problem
on
with
about
the
that.
problem with that is when we say let it go, and if
Yeah.
we haven't really addressed that issue and buried it, it's still simmering.
You're right.
It's still
Yeah.
there. No matter what, it's still simmering. It's still gonna be right there.
Right.
It's gonna be that awkward moment where you're gonna be with homie and everything. He thinks everything's all good, and you're gonna look at him and be like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
it
it's
is.
not gonna be the same.
Yeah.
Well, that means you really haven't forgiven
right.
that person, because
Exactly right.
unless you can deal with them and not have any harboring resentment or wishing that they get run over by a truck or anything like that. Not that I've thought about that, but
That came out a little bit too quick.
too quick. Hey, I'm quick sometimes. That's all.
Not like
That's
I thought about
honest.
putting a truck on him or something.
Right, not that I want him to fall off a cliff head first. No, of course
Oh,
not.
and the cliff head
Yeah.
first.
At maybe Running Canyons, though. By the mountain lines.
Damn it, Fabby.
Wow. Somebody need a hug.
Right? Sometimes people need a taste of their own medicine.
A
But,
couple people in that closet we don't want to let out, huh?
there's a whole cemetery full of people, okay? But, forgiveness
That's what's up.
is not for them. It's for you,
True.
It's for you to release that resentment and welcome peace, because that's what it's therapeutic when you do forgive someone. Is that doesn't mean that you should reestablish the friendship with them. It doesn't mean that. Forgiveness doesn't mean that you're pardoning what they did or giving them a pass. It's basically almost like releasing that hatred, that anger, that resentment, that hurt from you, so then your blessings can come out. Because until you forgive them, it's almost like your blessings get stuck in a closet somewhere and they're not released. You have to release that. You got to release that. And I learned that probably in the last few years. It took me a minute to get it, but once I started doing it, I literally would have my meditation time and pray and list everyone that I forgive for what they've done to me. And I even ask that they're blessed in certain areas in their lives. Like, for example, a person who's a compulsive or habitual liar, I ask my source to bless them in that area so they can be more honest, more truthful. And you'd be surprised that what I noticed happen is that they started, from my observation from just social media, they started changing their ways. They started becoming almost like me. It's almost like, are you mirroring me? Like, I'm like, what is going on? They almost started becoming positive. So it's weird. It's a weird effect what happens
You
to
said
them.
something interesting there. You
Yes.
said through their social media.
Yes.
So, to ask you that. So, is it truly forgiveness if you haven't reestablished a connection, or maybe not to the same level that you've had before, but the interaction with the person? Because you said you can forgive, but doesn't mean you have to go back into the relationship. True.
Yeah, no, yeah.
But can you still have a friendship or?
No, because I don't think forgiveness means that you have to reestablish the friendship.
Okay.
I think it's okay for you to forgive someone and never deal with them again,
Depending on who they are.
depending on who they are.
Gotcha.
Depending on what it is that happened. Because sometimes people, if you let them back into your life, they're only going to do it again. You know what I mean? It's not like just because you forgive them now they're, Mother Teresa, they're the Good Samaritan. They're still that person. So if you let them back in, they're going to do it again. And this time they're going to do it even worse than the last time. My mom used to say that all the time. Every time you forgive someone and you let them back in their life, they're going to do it worse than the last time.
Shout
until
out to
they take
Fab's
you out.
mom.
Yeah, my mom knows. My mom has a lot of wisdom.
She
She knows.
knows.
Both my parents used to, but now I just have my mom. But she told me that, and it's true. It's true.
So how many times would you forgive someone? Does that mean it's one striking out? That's what I'm getting from your commentary?
No. Every time they ask for forgiveness or they apologize. But sometimes you have to accept an apology that was never given to you.
That's exactly right.
And that happens a lot. And there's a lot of people that's done things to me. They've never apologized. I don't even think they realize they did something. I think they're totally oblivious to their actions because they're so accustomed to being themselves. You know what I mean? So I've never got an apology from no one. I just had to choose to forgive them. Period. Now that's big. It's hard.
That is big. Yeah.
So I have to do it daily to like force myself to believe it, and and slowly but surely you'll really start to forget about them. And guess what happens? The world, the universe will bring those people back around. For instance, on my flight to Atlanta for Thanksgiving, I was on a flight with someone that I fell out with. That I used to live with, yeah.
Get out of here. What are the chances of that?
There is no chance. It was coincidence. It was meant to be.
Look at her face.
It wasn't, because that was my second time seeing him. The first time was at an audition, I think, or at Daniel Hoff or somewhere. So to see him again, I was like, oh, this must mean something. I don't know what this means, what he wants of me, but I felt comfortable when I see him. I didn't feel no anger. I didn't feel no hate.
Did y'all chat, have a conversation?
Nope. He just like the first time he's like, hey Fab. Then he kind of like jumped back and thought about, oh, I did mess up. You know what I mean?
You gave him that look?
I didn't give him a look. I just said, hey, that's one thing about me. Even though I may not deal with you again, I'm cool as ice. I could see my ex. I was married once. I could see him and be like, hey, what's up? How you doing? And keep it pushing. And
Gotcha.
So he was just like, when you're like that, people don't know how to react. It's like, oh my God, is she about to run to the kitchen and grab a knife? It's like, no, I'm over it. And, it happened, whatever, hey.
You were so figurative. Yeah. I'm going to throw him off a cliff.
Right.
I'm going to hit him with a car. I'm going to get the knife.
That's my creative side. I'm a visualist. But yeah, but like, why would you choose to forgive a person?
Well,
what's your reason?
My reason to forgive someone is so that I can move on in my life.
Move on, okay.
So I'm not stuck in that period of my life.
In that chapter.
Right. Every time that tape is playing, that I'm still there and I'm not living. I'm not sharing in the moments. I'm not actually reaping the moments that I'm in right now. Like I'm not fully invested in that moment because I'm still stuck in before, which is going to hinder the relationships that I am moving forward. Whether it's a new girlfriend, whether it's a new anybody, I won't trust them. So I got to get over that so I can trust people and give them a fighting chance when we get to meet each other.
Yes, it's true. I mean, for me, my reasoning for forgiving a person is peace of mind. Peace of mind is so important. It's so imperative. Like, you cannot function, you can't be productive and be successful in life if you don't have peace of mind. True. I know so many people, so many artists who have insomnia. They can't even sleep at night. They're waking up in the middle of the night. They can't even get a good 8 hours of sleep because their mind is always racing. How am I going to make this money? How am I going to pay my rent? I hate him. I hate her. All the time. You got to have peace of mind. I don't care how wealthy you become, how famous you become. If you don't have peace of mind, you're done. And that's why a lot of celebrities end up committing suicide, drug overdose, alcohol abuse, is because they don't have no peace of mind. There's no joy. There's no calmness. There's no real joy in them. Not even happiness, because happiness is conditional. You could be happy one minute and not happy the next minute if somebody give you bad news. But joy is unconditional. People don't have joy in their soul. So that's why I do it. I do it more for me, not for them. Yeah, not for them. How about you, Troy?
Well, I haven't really have anyone asked me to forgive them.
Really?
And I've had a lot of wrong done to me. And I had I'm gonna tell a situation here.
Okay.
I grew up with a single mother that raised 4 of us by herself, and her and my dad had a fallout. And when you're a kid, you don't really understand what's going on. You don't know why. But later on in life, I had found out why my mom kicked my pops to the curb.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't doing right, and he had a situation that he couldn't overcome.
Right.
And it was causing some havoc to the family. And later on, he had presented himself to me, saying that I had some issues, and I didn't know how to deal with it.
Right.
And I said, well, we need to move forward. We need to move on. But do you feel like you were sorry about that? Do you feel like if you could, you would go back to it? Is there anything you want to say? He's like, I just had, he told me the situation. I had these evil thoughts I had to deal with, and I'm still dealing with them.
Wow.
You know, and I just really want to say, you know what? I kind of miss being there for y'all and raising y'all. You know, I'm sorry. Can you forgive me? Can we move forward? And I never got that, man. I never got that. And although I tried to overlook it and still try to reach out to him, it still didn't work, man. It still didn't work.
It still didn't work?
Yeah. So I think that he didn't say, I'm sorry, forgive me, because maybe he wasn't ready to open up and move forward. Sometimes you're not, you know. Sometimes you're not ready to say, you know, all right, you know, I'm wrong. Forgive me. Let's move forward.
Yeah.
Because maybe deep down inside, you really don't know how to do that.
Right.
You know, you don't know how to move forward.
You don't know.
You know,
It's very difficult for
maybe
some
you're
people.
still stuck in that circle.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you just need someone to help you say I'm sorry and find a way to forgive. You know, and like I said, I never had that, you know, option. And I was actually looking for it. I was looking for the opportunity to say, yes, I forgive you, because it's power in me saying that, as well as them saying, wow, you know what? He said it, you know, he actually forgave me.
Yeah.
You know, and now I can have this bond, and I still don't have it. And that's something I feel like I really wish I could have had.
I'm sorry. I have to ask this question. So
Yeah.
what I'm hearing in the conversation is someone asking for forgiveness, or you saying that ability, having the power to say, yes, I forgive you, giving you solace and giving you peace.
Right.
Does it have to be that? Does it have to be
exact word?
Do you forgive me? Or could it just be the nature of the relationship and the nature of, you know what? We're good and we're building past the past, and we're trying to start a new friendship from day one, because not everyone grew up in an era where they were man enough or emotionally strong enough to ask for that emotion, ask for that forgiveness.
I agree.
Just them extending their hand is them saying, I'm sorry.
Right. Yeah. And I still didn't get that.
You didn't get that either.
I still didn't get the hand extended, and I extended the hand to try to help him come closer. Listen, I know it's difficult for you to do it. Here's my hand. You know, just take it.
Did he shake it?
No.
Do you have something on your hand?
I had that strength on my hand. You know, I had that old man grip on my hand.
Hey, what you had in the other hand? What you had in the other hand behind your back?
In the other hand, I had that strong goju punch ready, just in case. Just in case I had to do it.
Maybe that's what he saw. Maybe he saw that. Maybe
in case. No, but you know, to be honest with you, I love to have the opportunity to help someone come over that sorrow and that anger. You know, you gotta have some kind of pain inside you to want to say, man, I'm sorry, forgive me. You know, and for you to be the bigger person to help them, you know, heal themselves, man, as well as, you know, building together now, because it's a bond. You know, you have took them over that mountain and that very tough obstacle, and now together you can actually build from that, man. Yeah. And I would love to have the opportunity to do that. I actually had to ask someone myself, you know, can we just move on? Can we move forward? But I was saying in so many words, forgive me, but in our way of saying that, and you know, it took a while for the person to say yeah, you know, but they didn't say yeah. They just moved forward, like you said. We just moved forward with it. You know, I gave them that opportunity, and then they just kind of eventually moved forward with it, and I knew that's what they meant. They forgive me, and then that bond stayed close to the whole time after that. Still to this day.
I got a question for Fab.
Okay.
Because that's a great example.
Yeah.
So is forgiveness, receiving forgiveness, or is receiving forgiveness different for men and women?
It is. I don't think the male species really looks for forgiveness from people.
It's just very difficult for the men to look for forgiveness.
Look for forgiveness for them. You know what I mean? Because I don't think they're aware of their actions a lot of times.
Sometimes you're right. You're right.
I
think
they're totally oblivious
and those that may just cannot bow down enough to drop that ego.
They can't, because
it's
that ego and that's that pride.
You're absolutely right.
But I'm telling you, again, I have to refer to my favorite ex. When you are you don't even have to be like begging, like, please forgive me. Just be like, oh, I'm sorry. And it's like, okay, you be surprised how quick a girl could be like over it in 2 minutes, and we're back.
By saying the word.
Just by saying this, it's just not even so much the word. It's the fact that you acknowledge what you did, and you really wholeheartedly feel bad on the inside.
That's what I wanted to get at.
You really feel bad.
The
it's
acknowledgement means something to a woman.
Yes.
For a man, it may not as much acknowledge it. It's just, you know what, we good. We can just move past it without acknowledging your wrong that you've placed on that person.
Yes.
Okay. I want to grab that
acknowledging
out.
Acknowledging it and it really, feeling conviction and feeling bad. You know what I mean? Because when you really love someone, think about it. Well, for me, when I love someone, I want to see them. I can't wait to see them. The last thing I want to do is hurt their feelings. I love my mom. So when I see her, I spoil her. I want to have fun. I want to laugh. I don't want to mess up the atmosphere. So I can just imagine if I was in a relationship with someone and I did something that hurt their feelings, I would want to fix it really quick. So I don't understand how for some people it's so difficult to do that. It's like it could be swept under the rug so quickly if you just put down your pride for 2.5 seconds and said, you know what? I love you enough to say, you know what? I messed up. I was tripping. Yeah, I came in the house at 4 a.m. Oh yeah, you know what? I did have a bunch of girls call your phone cursing you out because I was cheating on you. My bad. I am sorry. I mean, those things have happened to me.
Wait.
Wow.
Those things have happened to me, and nobody ever apologized.
Y'all need to apologize. Hey, Fabi.
Nobody ever apologized.
Hold on. Fabi,
Yeah.
on behalf of all the brothers that did you wrong, look at me. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well, thank you. But either way, the thing
sorry.
is, even though they never apologized, I forgave them.
No,
So
but I
it's
want you to hear those words from a male.
Thank
I'm
you.
sorry.
Yeah.
I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
that's what's
I
up.
appreciate it.
That's
Yeah, I
what's
never
up.
got a. I'm sorry, but you know what? It's funny. I never got a sorry, but they still hit me after a few years. Like, hey, what's up? Trying to figure
That's
out where
funny.
they can fit in.
That's
Like, oh,
funny.
she's doing
Well, you know
some
what?
stuff.
Because a guy would think time had lapsed. And
And I
now it's all
forgot.
good. Come on, that's in the past, mama.
That's right.
It's good. How you doing now? How you doing
Yeah,
now?
That's
guys,
exactly
it's
why I
okay.
asked the
Guys do?
question. That's
Yeah.
exactly
Right.
why.
No,
Yeah.
well, for me, I don't forget nothing. I remember everything. In fact, when I see the person that's done something to me, that's the first thing that pops in my mind. So it's like, you got to be an adult. Like, for someone, actually, this one person specifically, he reached out to me on Facebook on my fan page because I actually blocked him before he even got a chance to try to contact me. And he went through the other way and hit me still. I'm like, whoa, he's persistent. And I was shocked. He hit me last November around Thanksgiving and I didn't reply. And then he hit me again around Christmas. I'm like, oh, he must really want something. If he's like, because he's very cocky, very prideful. So for him to hit me twice consecutively, he must really want something. But it's all, I know it's something, it's an interest for him. They were looking at your social media. They see it's like, okay, let me see how I can make money off of her. I can use her. It's again back to abuse. So that means they have not changed. So I made the right decision by removing them from my life.
And I think time shows you that.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So sometimes, even if you don't get the forgiveness from that person, to your point, which I think you're spot on, is
Yes.
I'm going to get forgiveness from myself.
For yourself, yeah.
And as my life moves on, I'm going to be able to reap that benefit of me making the choice to forgive that
To
person
forgive you.
without them acknowledging it.
Exactly, and that's what I do. Even though you
awesome.
never apologize, I forgive you anyway. I wish you the best. God bless you. Hopefully you become a better human being for the next person.
That's right.
And for your future. And your
up.
salvation, yeah. Because, honestly, I mean, there's a saying, when you don't forgive someone, it's like taking poison and hoping your enemy will die. They're not going to die. They've already moved on. They kept them pushing. They're on to the next person, the next
That's
girl.
right.
They're like, what? I'm at the club. Bottles over here. And you're at home crying, bags under your eyes, hair falling out. Ladies, you got to do better.
But
Keep
does it take
pushing.
time? And for every person, it's going to be different. I mean,
Yes, it does.
for me in this situation, it took me a couple of years.
Really?
For two situations where I got my feelings hurt a little bit. You know?
Yeah.
They didn't really show CD the love he deserved. You know?
Oh, okay.
So I kind of took the L. You know,
Yes.
you're gonna always have an L in your life. I took the L, and it
Right.
took me years before I could truly say I forgave them. And the reason I was able to justify that I did forgive them and know it
Yes,
is because I was able to have a conversation with them as friends.
that's why. But if you never have a conversation with them,
I would say to myself, I never forgave them, and they're gonna be the person I'm gonna show them that I
Uh-huh.
was better than the person that they left me for.
Right.
Man.
Payback.
It sounds like CD need a hug. He need a hug.
Yeah, I need a hug a little bit.
You good?
Payback time. Payback time. No, it's a quality decision that you have to make. And actually, Joyce, not Joyce Meyer, Mayo Clinic listed a few things that happen when you don't forgive.
What are those?
Yeah, I mean, it can affect you medically. Anxiety, stress, hostility. It can lower your blood pressure if you forgive someone. People of color, we suffer from high blood pressure, so we don't need nothing else to make that situation
That's
worse.
right.
Yeah. It causes depression when you don't forgive people. There's a lot of things. What else? Stronger immune system. Now that one.
I don't know about that one.
What you think about that one? Yeah,
I don't know
Troy.
about that one.
Nah, how was that?
I don't
Hey,
You know what?
who knows?
You know what? I think because you have a release of stress.
Yeah.
I think those endorphins kind of like build back up again because, holding that in is stressful, just like
It
anything
is.
else. So
I
now-
don't know. I still don't know about that
Don't
one.
believe that? Don't believe that?
How about this
don't
one?
believe
I
it.
believe
You don't
this one
believe it?
improves your heart health. I do believe that.
Same thing.
Yeah,
The
I
whole
believe
stress
that.
factor, man.
I believe that. Your
Yeah.
systolic blood pressure will go down,
Yeah,
and you start to feel
exactly.
a little better.
Yeah,
Your
now
heart
you
will
feel
have
relieved. Exactly.
more blood and oxygen flowing through your heart. I
Yes.
agree. Okay.
Exactly.
Immune
Exactly.
system? Not sure about that.
I know. Well, hey, Mayo Clinic said it, and it gives you high self-esteem. Which is, I can agree, from a female standpoint, yes. Because sometimes if you've been in a situation where you've been lied to or deceived, you start to think that maybe you did something wrong, you know? That's the classic abusive case. It's like, did I do something wrong? It's my fault. When it's really not your fault. You were just dealing with a person, a low-quality human being. You know what I mean? So it's like, there's nothing wrong with you. So when you forgive that person and you keep moving and you're successful in life and you're laughing, you're smiling, and life goes on, it's like it builds your self-esteem. Like, hey, I did that.
You know, it's true.
Yeah.
And then for each person, it's going to take the timeline will be different.
Yes, it will.
But it's making those initial steps to move forward. And you never know how quickly you might get into that post depression mode or now
Exactly.
you're feeling like yourself and your self-esteem is through the window.
Right.
And you know who you are at that point.
You know who you are, exactly. I mean, well, this one is hard. Is there someone out there that you want them to forgive you for something that you may have done in the past? That you want to ask forgiveness? Now, I said earlier, you guys normally don't know when y'all did something, but you know by the way she acts with you, you know?
You know, CD.
Well, I got to throw it to you.
No, it's on you, CD.
You know, me and CD had a long run, and I'm quite sure, you know, by CD's history.
Yes.
You
We
know,
had a
and,
good run, too.
You had a good run,
we had a
huh?
good run.
Good time? Okay.
But you know what? I think I'm gonna tell a story.
Okay.
Of course, going way back.
Did you
again.
clear this? Did you clear this with me
I
first?
didn't. I didn't clear with you. But unfortunately, I changed it. I changed it last minute, so it has nothing to do with you. But one of our other partners. So back in the Van Nest, you know, I got so many stories about the Nest. My project I'm end up doing is gonna be called the Nest. It's gonna be I'm gonna get all my boys together. We're gonna
Shout
do
out
about
to Big Bear.
Yo,
Shout out to Drew. Shout out to the
everybody
whole
out
crew.
there.
Miggity Mark.
So I was like, I don't know, 13, 14 years old, and I had my very first girlfriend.
Okay.
And luckily, my very first girlfriend was my boy's cousin.
Oh.
And
Oh, that's not good.
it's
You know
not
that?
good. You're
I've
right.
heard
It's
that.
not good.
Yeah.
But you know, I didn't know.
That's too close.
I didn't know the boundaries and how to balance that out.
Yes.
So when you with your boys and you're like, yo, it's my first girl. I'm chilling, baby. I'm good.
Yeah.
Now I got one. I'm gonna see what I can do out there. So I was, as an idiot, I was an idiot. What I was hanging out with her cousin and my other boys out hanging out, like chatting with other girls, like me other girls and stuff. And I like get the number. And I'm like, you know, when they ain't looking, I kind of toss it through in the garbage and that. But I'm like, yo, man, you know me. Yeah, I'm the player, baby. I'm the player.
Every single number.
yes. Yeah, so the whole time, as an idiot, I'm not even thinking that this is dude's cousin. You
Yes.
know? So eventually it had got back to her that, yo, you know, Troy be like, do this thing. He's like, you know, picking on mad chicks and like, you know, getting with him, this and that. And although that was wrong, I was really just insecure and just was so happy that I got one. I wanted to see if I can get another one. Not really do anything, but when I got back to her, it was all about me and her. So it was kind of like that whole song, the song "Cry" with Jay-Z.
Oh yeah, that's my record.
just
I was
listen
gonna
to them
come right
chicks. I was gonna come right back. So
You didn't have a time- you didn't have a chance to come back,
So
huh?
when she found out,
Yeah.
you know, it really hurt her, and probably made him like an idiot because like, yo, how you hook me up with this dude when you knew he was like that?
Yeah.
And I never got the chance to tell her, yo, listen, forgive me, I'm sorry, I was an idiot, and I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That was like a no-no. Like that, I shouldn't do that because how much that would affect you. And
Yes.
we dose and everything now, but I never got a chance to say, you know, I'm sorry.
Yes.
And you know, I was wrong, and I wish you would forgive me. I know that you probably moved on and everything, but it's always been in my back of my mind because I hate to think about the stuff that I do to someone, and I didn't get the opportunity to say, you know what, I was an idiot, man.
And
My
sometimes
bad.
you
I'm
don't.
sorry.
Yeah.
Man. So that maybe in the back of their mind they could be like, oh, I'm relieved. He remembers.
He remembers. He
remembers.
acknowledged.
And, you know, I you know, now that you know I got older, you know, I know that girls remember
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
like that, like they're the very first kiss, the very first boyfriend. If someone had cheated on them or had caused a lot of stress in their life, because they carry that on.
Yes, they do.
And they remember that, and you don't think about that, and you're like, wow, somebody need to say I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No question. I do want to say, also, homeboy, you owe Troy an apology because you broke the bro code.
Yeah.
Yes, he did broke the bro code. But you
Broke the
know,
bro
I
code.
get it. You know, the cousin
Yes.
was asking his family, and the family was asking me, I might would have said, Yeah, just go do your thing. Just go do your thing. You know, I probably wouldn't say, yeah, he's doing this, doing that, but just go do your thing. So it's all love, you know, and that's, you know, that's my story about, you know, the time that, you know, I really wish I would have said it face to face at that time. And I know that she was, you know, she was hurt at that time, but I never got a chance to say that. So
yeah. Well, on behalf of all women, we do remember things. I have a shoebox full of cards and letters from high school. So I have everything. I remember everything, and yeah, it's crazy. But you know what? You have to. Another thing is, and Mayo Clinic said this. You have to like stop playing the victim. You have to get away from the role of the victim. Because a lot of times we tend to do that as women. It's like, woe me, he did me wrong. She did me wrong. Even female friends, my coworker did me wrong. My mom, my dad. You have to get out of the role of the victim and become the victor. Like, you know what? Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did me wrong, but I'm still alive. I'm still breathing, and I'm still doing well.
That's right.
You're the victor. You have victory. You didn't just get played. So hey, but that's how it is.
Yeah, you know what? I'm glad that we got this conversation now, and hopefully it had helped someone out there to say, you know what? Maybe I could still go back and say, I'm sorry and forgive me. And I don't believe it's ever too late to do so.
Yeah.
I think that, you know, even right now, you know, if you think about it right now, say that I saw the show, you know, and it inspired me to go and say, I'm sorry and forgive me to that person that you got in the back of your mind, knowing that you should say those words to. And you know what? I want to address a particular issue that I had came across. Someone had asked me, do you think this show is doing good out there? Do you think this show is actually worth someone paying to keep it going? Do you think somebody paid to watch this show?
Without question.
I think so.
Yeah. You know what? And I said, you know what? I believe that, I'm doing this to help people, and I think that if they see my true honesty and see that's coming from a place of love and of honesty, that they would say that, okay, I don't think that they would go out this way if they actually feel that we actually needed this. And I know personally, you know, I had strategically placed these individuals around me because they are very special individuals. CD is a very successful businessman. CD, where'd you fly in from today?
I flew from Vegas.
He flew in from Las Vegas to come here to do the show. Mm-hmm. Fabiola is a very successful actress and model, and she took time out rushing in traffic to be here. I myself had spent a lot of time, a lot of money, and made this happen so that you can have a platform. How many times have you thought about listening to a radio station and wish you can chat in with them and be part of that conversation? Mm-hmm. And, you know, you probably try to call in, but you probably got a busy signal or probably got a message, and you say, wow, I wish I could. You can email me at ifirulethworldradio@gmail.com. Tell me your topics. I will contact you and allow you to call into the show, be part of the show. We have done that. You know, this is a platform for you. I've created this for you. So if you don't believe that this is not for you, then contact me. Contact me and say, let me try it out. You know, we on BitChat, we on Facebook. This is live. Like, we are here live. Like, we are on the YouTube, and we have iPad. We have iTunes, where you can go on your iTunes and your iPad and stuff and listen to us. I've got comments from people in Kenya that listen to our show.
That's what's up.
That reaches out to me personally on Facebook saying hi and this and that. And I love your show. Yes. Kenya.
And Australia.
Yeah. Italy.
Yeah.
Canada. We've only been doing this show for 2 months. 2 months. You know, we have an Indiegogo page here. I'm going to let my engineer put it up for you. We have an Indiegogo page here. If you feel this show is worthy to heal the world, for people to listen to, for you to chat to, for you to communicate with, donate something there. I want to show this individual this page. Right now it's on 0. I want to show him 0, and I want to show him what it looks like next week. Yeah. Prove to me what I'm doing is very worthy, that is very needed, that is very honorable, and that we are here as a platform for y'all to help y'all communicate with us so we can be able to slowly heal the world. That's what the slogan says. Together we can heal the world.
Yeah.
These topics are topics we're coming up with, and that y'all leave on comments and stuff. Y'all asking us, y'all love to have a conversation about this, about that. Or you can email me, ifirulethworldradio@gmail.com, and I will allow you to come here and be part of the show. This is your show. It's our show. I want to prove that one individual whether they're right, whether they're wrong. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I am wasting, maybe it's just my love, and I just a really smart guy, and I got CD to vibe with me, and I got Fabio to say, yeah, it's all good. Maybe it's just me. I think that I don't want you just to comment and like. See, that's different. I want you to comment and like. This is specific now, because I know that it's very difficult for you to go into your pockets and say, I'm gonna put $1 in here, $5, or $10, $20. I know it's very difficult, but you be proving something to me. I've personally spent, money that I didn't really have to say, yo, let me try it. And I've tried, we have 3 or 4 runs before we actually came into the studio. And now people are telling me that they love it. But honestly, I want to stuff them right now. I want to stuff them right now for you to say that you love it. By going to my Indiegogo page, it's right there, the generosity.com. Indiegogo page, look up If I Ruled the World Radio. Right. And then my symbol, you see my symbol. And then you can put anything like $1 in there, man. $5, $10. Just so I can let them know. Everything counts. Now, don't worry about the gold number there, because my mind thinks 10 times ahead. I'm thinking webisode, I'm thinking movies, I'm thinking 10 times ahead. That's my goal personally. I just want you to show from here on that you appreciate what we're doing, and that there's a need, and that our conversation and our topics are very well respected. And I will appreciate that. And this is If I Ruled the World Radio episode number 9. We will be back here next week. Regardless, no matter what, we'll be back here next week for episode 10. CD, my brother, if I ever did anything to you to piss you off, please forgive me.
No, I don't forgive nobody.
Oh, no.
Fabi, I don't think I know you long enough to piss you off. Yeah. But if I did do anything, please forgive me.
Let me think about it. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Fabi, I said sorry for the stuff I may do to piss you off. I said sorry
in the
already.
Future. Apologize for the future. Okay, I can take that.
And that right there is true love. This is If I Ruled the World Radio.
Yes.
And we will see you next week. 1.
CD, I'm out.
10.
I just want to.
A special thanks to our sponsor, MCA, with membership as low as $9.99 a month. Go to motorclubvip.com. If you enjoyed that promo track during our show, you can reach out to him at artisticcreativeenergy.com.